Hey guys, and welcome back to my Let's Play of LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga. This level, well, it's already one of the longest parts of this LP, and this time it's no exception. I mean, it's a bit shorter this time, but Through the Jundland Wastes is the biggest level in the game, because that's all this video is. It's 27 minutes for one level. I mean, I am wasting time a few times. I mean, right here I'm wasting time. I have no reason to build this. So yes, some of it's my fault. I could have probably reduced this down a few minutes, but still. It's such a long level, and it's a desert, it's Tatooine. It's such an uninteresting level. I don't like Through the Jundland Wastes. But we do get to show off one little thing here. So with the power of the fertilizer, we can make bantha poo! Yeah, just a little... This is what the fertilizer does, and then you get poo money, which turns the poo into money. We are literally creating Star Wars fans. So that's where they came from. They came out of banthas. No, actually, they came out of the Triceratops in Jurassic Park. That's where they came from. Both them and their minds. Both them and their mindsets. Okay, so this one is a bit of an annoying... it's actually the power brick we're getting here, but I believe it does lead to a mini-kit as well. You can't reach that with any bounty hunter that doesn't have a jetpack, and this is the Super Gonk. Whee! It still can't do anything other than this. I think you can blow it up like you can if you get the droid blower-upper thing. Which is very annoying to use with an astromech. Not only because that was, again, what got me stuck in, what's it called? The Cloud City Trap level. But also just because every time they do it, you have to hear them scream. But yeah, unless you have that equipped, but you can use that to blow up anything that requires a thermal detonator. So you otherwise need Boba Fett in order to get to that one. In 2, anyway, here in the Complete Saga you can also use Django, but regardless you have to use a Fett in order to get to that. Because they're the only otherwise you're not going to be able to reach it with a thermal detonator. Just by throwing it from the ledge. You do need to be hovering to gain the distance to get over here. It's the only time in the game that sort of thing happens. It's kind of annoying. It's like it requires a specific bounty hunter. In Lego, it requires in 2, it requires one character, one specific character can get here, and in the Complete Saga, 2. But still, that's out of how many characters and how many bounty hunters? I forget what it is. Oh, that's the Force Pull. It's exactly the same as the Force Push, only you pull. I find it looks worse, really. It's not like you pull them and then slice them with your lightsabers. What did I even pull out of the ground here? Anyway, so we've got our power brick. You can go inside the Tuscan houses. There isn't really anything to do. I want to know what these things are made out of. That looks like skin and something's tusks. Are there mammoths on Tatooine? That seems a bit backwards. Last I checked, mammoths are from the Ice Age. And you think this well would do something. It doesn't. It gives you a few studs. That's it. That's all that does. It doesn't give you... Oops, chair. It doesn't give you any sort of mini kit or anything like that. This entire area exists for one power brick and one mini kit, which is the one that's off in the distance over there. You'd think there would be quite a lot of Tusken Raiders, but there actually isn't. It's just those 3, although when you go back, they will now infinitely respawn. Until you go past them. But like, if we back up, they'll now continually respawn whenever you take them out. So this first part actually does contain quite a number of the level's collectibles. Which is very strange. So we've already collected that power brick, we've already collected that mini kit. Sadly, the Zapper gun cannot be used as a grappling hook that the Ugnaught and Jawas have. Guys, I'm down here. Yeah, this is where I realised that what the disarmed trooper did. It turns the gun into a carrot. You'd think it would do that for the enemies, but no. It's just you. And then this is where I crawled under here. In LEGO Star Wars 2, the Tuscans do know you're under here. They will try and shoot you, and I think it can go through the gap. I think. That's where they actually jump down to go after me. The Jawa Zapper is useless though. It might be more useful when you get the Super Zapper. And that, I think that also works. No, I think actually that's Super Astromech droids. That's what that one does. Okay. I apologise for that random cut. What happened there is that I completely forgot to edit that part out. I forgot it even happened. Because like, I'm recording this commentary like a week later, and I forgot what happened there. It was like it was next door being like really loud, getting stuff out of their car, and at first I thought somebody was knocking on the door. Because our doorbell doesn't work, so I have to knock on the door, and I thought that's what it was. I was like, who's knocking on my door? Oh, it's next door. And their car. So, that's a bit of a random little break in the commentary there. There's nothing else to do around here, so we finally get out of this area. This is still the first area. This level is way too big. Because the thing about this area is that there's often like little side sections you can go to. You have the main area, which is already pretty large, and then you have all of these little side areas to go to. It might require a dark side character, it might require a short character, it might require a bounty hunter, whatever. There's still a lot of side paths to take, and some of them could be as big as the main area. And I am going to keep yawning throughout this because I'm going to be very tired. I am very tired. I am very, very tired. I am not really here. This is what, by the way, I can't remember if this kept happening before. The AI from my partner character doesn't get the idea to switch out of the Jawa, which can't quite make the jump because they're short. So he's going to keep going in there. And then eventually, eventually he makes it across. Either that or he spawns in a new location. Can I make it? No, even with a stub magnet, I can't make it. Also, I did think that was one of the Jawas just for roaming around. That's what you get for being a Jawa. It's like whenever there's like a certain kind of enemy that you can encounter, they're almost certainly going to be one of the ones you can play in free play mode when you have them. So like in this level, you're pretty much guaranteed to get both a Jawa and a Tuscan. Just because they appear in this level. Same goes for any level with a Stormtrooper. Same goes for any level with a Battle Droid. Like you're pretty much guaranteed to get them. And I do like how with the Force Grapple Leap, we no longer need to continually switch to this. That's something I always found weird. The Tuscans seem to be like a very primitive race, and yet they have laser guns. So everything else about them is very primitive, but they have laser guns. I don't get it. Yeah, from a distance, the Tuscan kind of looks like 3PO. Just saying. See, this is, admittedly, this is where I dawdle. Yeah, I mean, not this part. This part's for an actual minikit. But you know, when I'm going around with everything else, just blowing up stuff. Yes, that is me dawdling. Yeah, so it adds to the length. There is a bit where I got a bit confused. It's just through here, actually. This door. That was me once again trying to push the Gonk droid down that hole because it's very satisfying to do. But I have the Force pull on. So it did nothing. So this little room is, I guess, like the Jawa's lounge. You have this TV. Now, I was really confused because I thought there should be a thing I can move on the TV. But what I was missing out on, and I leave the room and everything, what I forgot is that you need to put the TV aerial on top of the TV first. Like that's all I was missing. But it did elude me. It was like at first I thought, oh, maybe they took that out. I mean, they took out a few other things. Maybe didn't they do it for that? Maybe they did it for that. Maybe they did it for that as well. And this is where I got the idea about the aerial. I still went after everything else first, but that's when I finally noticed the aerial. So now it works. That's the news, that's Han Solo, that's a Jawa with cereal, that's Lego City, and then it's nothing. It still doesn't do anything, it's just there. WTAT, Tatooine's All Talk Radio. Now they're trying to convince us that Hoth is melting. Well, that's crazy, just trying to scare us. And if that were enough to get you mad, we now have news that Lando Calrissian has been made Chief Administrator of the Bespin Mining Facility. I forgot how the rest of it goes. It's like, gee, I wonder how we got that job. What is that? Let me tell you how we got that job, and then I forget how it goes. The time was 8:50. It's going to be the only thing that gets me through this in the end, isn't it? It's just going to be Family Guy gags. We've still got one more playthrough to do after this. I mean, challenge mode is much faster. But, you know, this level is probably still going to be one part. Even in challenge mode. Because it's such a big freaking level. There's nothing else to say. This level is boring. Well, no, actually, I think I'm just dropping the block down. I was going to say the conveyor belt's moving, but no, it's the block I'm dropping down. That's what it does. It's the only one of these doors I'm bothering with. So obviously, you can get this one in story mode, and I like how the little thing spins around on top of the block, and then it just implodes. I don't even bother trying to keep Sir Ghost Anakin and Droid here, just because the Jawas are just going to then get in the way. So this level does require quite a large use of a dark side character. You do have to use them quite a few times. Like we've already used. Well, I mean, for the second one we didn't need a minikit. It was just for that little underground. It was just that little vent that was on the floor. And then there's another one there that I didn't bother with. But we needed it for this, and we're going to need it for another one for the same minikit. Oh, yeah, it could be expected. Yeah, if you needed a dark side character to get in one way, chances are you're going to then need it again while you're in there. What I want to know is how the Java Sandcrawler has lava in it. I don't remember this part. I mean, sand is just worn down rocks, so maybe it can be lava? And make it hot enough? Maybe? I don't know. What was the other R4 doing? Sadly, the Super Gong doesn't apply to the AI. That's still very, 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 very slow. They don't zap the Gong droids, but they'll zap the other droids. And they will come over to attack you while you're doing that. When the Jawas are going to attack you is something I can never be sure about. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. Sometimes they take sometimes they take a bit, other times they go for you immediately. So I don't know what triggers the Jawas to come after you. Again, here's me dawdling. Past me, just keep going. Never mind what that does. All it does is build a robot. And you don't even build the robot. Right. We're halfway through. Halfway through. This is where I start trying to go back to make sure you can't be seen thing, and it still doesn't work. Because the sand people are all on a ledge. Wait, they're not. But the other sand, a lot of the other sand people are. And I was a bit confused. I thought, did I have to destroy all of these? Because you break those and then make the plants appear. Just for studs. They don't do anything else. It's not going to stop me from breaking them all. And this Minikits is up here. This one's very easy to get. You can get this in story mode with Luke. Just build the platform and then you can go straight up. See, now that you've turned it into a Tuscan, they're all gonna know I'm there. And you think being a ghost, I wouldn't have to worry about sinking in the quicksand. I could just hover right over it. No, I can still sink into it. Would be cool. It'd be cool. Yeah, it would be cool if the ghost could actually just like hover. They can just walk on air. Speaking of air, I just blew him up in midair. Right, you just flat out smack them with the gun. See, that one you can just about make. Because that's the quicksand that doesn't go away. It didn't want to let me in though for some reason. Whew. Temperature's going down. So I got one fairly warm hand. It's not that warm, it's kind of warm. And my other hand is freezing. Oh, we found the creation lab for Star Wars fans. Now that's a lie. Star Wars fans are lovely people. It's the non-fans. This is where you create the phony Star Wars fans. The ones that claim to be fans, but, you know, that give up on the franchise because of one film, that decide after 40 years they suddenly don't like something, but they still only dislike it in one film. And not any of the previous ones. Yeah. I should probably stop trying to make more of them, really. You can grow these trees out of the ground. I keep doing this and then I start thinking, no, I really wish I had the Fast Force upgrade. The one that allows me to use the Force much, much faster. And guess what I get at the end of the level? Guess what that power break gives me? Gives me the freaking Fast Force. So, really good to use that on these trees. In fact, at this point, I still don't think I bought it. No, I must have. I think I went back to the shop afterwards. If not after this level, then after the next level. There's a tree in the way. This tree wasn't here a moment ago. Riding the Banthas is something I never really bother with because they are so slow. It's like, why do the Tuscans ride on these? They're much faster on foot. Like, the Banthas are so slow. You know, compared to like the Tauntauns, which run much faster than you two, Banthas are just so slow. And those giant iguana things, like the one we see at the end of this level, though I never panned the camera that far, but they can still move quickly, even if their turning is absolute crap. At the very least, they can still move in a straight line quickly. Now you could make this tower, which you can then jump up. Where am I going? I think this is where I went to double check if I missed anything, but no, I didn't. It's like you could make this tower, or you can get the stud magnet and then pick them up much more easily. Again, there's really no reason to go up there. So you can make a bridge and then you can see it behind the platform, but you do need... I think you have to get a free... No, actually, I think Obi-Wan can maybe just about make this jump. No, probably not, actually. You probably do need free play mode, because R2 can't get up there in story mode. Yeah. That's not a jump Obi-Wan can make. So you land on this, and then it will very slowly fall down to reveal all of that. Gradually getting there, but I still feel the need to go after every single tree. You'll never break the spirit of the forest. You'll never cut the heart of the tree of life. What I want to know is, where are the seeds for these plants coming from? Like, you spread the water, but there's no seed. There's not even any soil, is there? It's just sand. Sand and rock. This place is like the Permian period or something, when we had the biggest extinction in history. The world just got so hot, everything died out. So how is there even life on Tatooine? Alien life or not? Same with Jakku, because Jakku just looks like Tatooine. That's pretty much what it is. You can say that for many things about The Force Awakens. It's pretty much just this. Because it's pretty much just A New Hope, only better. This is where the AI started to go a bit funny. More towards the end. Like, I spent a bit longer in this area than I needed to, thanks to the AI of my partner character. So you get into the land speeder. And there's another land speeder over here. I'm pretty sure you only need the one. And there are some metallic objects up here again. These are completely optional. There's nothing, you don't get anything but studs, most of which fall into the quicksand. There's only one mini kit here and it's all the way over at the end. So there are two weird things about the AI here. Firstly, this land speeder. Now Darth Maul is in it and he's currently steering it. What I want to know is how he got in there, because I left him over on the other island, and usually the AI stays where it is. It had no reason to respawn because it shouldn't have died, but it did. He respawned. I'm guessing this is some sort of Imperial craft, but I don't know what it is. And the Tuscans can drive. This primitive race, they still know how to steer a land speeder though. That's impressive. I believe I fall. Yep. Right into the gap. So in fact, I get a bit stuck here for a while. It's like Retake Theed Palace all over again. It's where I kept getting stuck. I mean, it didn't last nearly as long and I didn't lose any studs this time. That was really annoying when I spent all that time on the level. Got so many studs and then lost almost all of them. Because of some quality programming. And yeah, this is where Darth Maul then decides not to follow me. He just stays over there, but I still need him to activate that switch. But it's like, I can't get close enough in order to get him out. It's like, I was trying to switch to him inside the vehicle, but it wasn't working. So I tried this, I tried building the bridge, I tried going back across, and that seemed to do it. So I go back over here. Does he follow suit? Yeah, he randomly jumps out and ends up in the middle of the bridge. It's like, what on earth happened? What was that? What just happened? Thankfully, for once, I'm actually thankful the stormtroopers ignored the AI. Although they start coming towards him now. Oh look, they do have... Hang on, these sand troopers still have carrot guns. Why didn't the ones in... Of course, I never gave them much of a chance, but I'm pretty sure the ones in Secret Plans didn't have carrots. I mean, I know I had the silhouettes on. But I'm pretty sure they weren't carrying carrots and they were actually shooting things. Unless I'm just thinking of the other Imperial officers. That would be a very useful upgrade for Death Star Escape. Like, the clones just can't shoot you. Sadly, you probably won't be able to get it by that point. Or could you? I can't remember what one the power brick was in now. Anyway, we're finally done with Through the Jundland Wastes. And yeah, then this is where I go to buy stuff. So that's the longest level done and over with at last. Oh, we're still going to go back into the level one more time. So, yep, I've already got that one. Super Blasters, they deal with double damage. Fast Force, incredibly useful. And this is where I decided, right, ghost time. Get the remaining ghosts. I still don't really want to use Yoda's ghost because he still has the actual speed of Yoda. I still don't know what Jedi Smart Bomb does. There's the Fast Force. Woo! 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 Actually, it's that woo! Woo! Sort of sound. I can't do the sound effects for the life of me, but hopefully you can tell what I mean. All we need now is fast build. I don't think we're too far away from that either. You have fast force and you have fast build. Fast build is great. Like, it's just building only massively sped up. Alright, next up is Mos Eisley Spaceport. So I will see you guys then.